What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Inside the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below. That would be greatly appreciated. If you could also hit that notification bell so you could be notified when we release new content, that would be appreciated also. So once again, I'm dipping back into my live album series, and I'm going to talk about a band from Britain that I absolutely love, that I don't feel outside of the one major hit they have really gets the respect they deserve, and that would be the band Free. And this is their 1971 live album, simply titled Free Live. So for those of you that don't know, the band Free was a British blues band from the late 60s and early 70s. Two of the members you probably know from their other band, vocalist Paul Rodgers and drummer Simon Kirke, after Free, went on to form the band Bad Company, which led them to greater success. So you're probably more familiar with that material. But there is at least one Free song that I think everybody knows, but we'll get back to that. So this album, again, this is their live album, was released in June of 1971. It was recorded at various stops in 1970 and 1971. This actually was released on Island in most places and A&M Records in America. It was recorded in Sunderland and London, both places over in Europe and England, Great Britain, wherever. And the album, the live album, was produced by Andy Johns. And on the Billboard charts, it reached as high as number 4 in the UK, where Free was a much bigger band. Only reached number 89 in the United States. There's never been any certifications for this album from the Record Industry Association or from the British version of, gold and platinum stuff, whatever. So let's go ahead and take a look. Again, here is the front cover of the album. Definitely looks like an envelope. The stamps show the members of the band at the top here as addressed, and has a couple of stamps on it as if it was sent, via airmail. What I guess airmail looked like in the 70s, I'm not really sure. It's also got the name of a previous owner. Her name was Joy. So that's really cool. And the coolest thing about this particular version of the album, because there's not really much else to it, is the back here. And instead of being your typical slide out of the side type of album, it's actually got this cool little flap here, that goes on with the whole envelope thing. So you open that up to get to the record. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to slide into this slot right here, but I don't want to tear it up trying to do so. But again, I think that's really cool, and that's really the coolest thing about a lot of the albums in the 70s and stuff, is that they really went out of their way to, make some cool special versions of things that were a little bit different. So again, Free front cover, and actually where the address would go for a normal mailing, it's actually the track listings. And again, here's the back. Again, nothing too special about this record. If I take it out, I see I've got a realistic record protector, so that is not the original sleeve that this record was housed in. I imagine it was something from A&M, probably one of those sleeves that had a whole bunch of compilation advertisements and stuff all over it, things that you could order via the mail. But unfortunately, I don't have that. So here we go. But if I were to pull out the record, which I did, it just has your standard A&M sticker in the middle with the title of the band, title of the album, as well as the track listing. Same thing on the other side. This record, the record itself is in really, really good shape. The cover's got some wear and tear on it, but it's still fun. So let's go ahead and talk about this album for a minute. So again, like I said at the beginning, I think this is one of the most underrated and maybe not unrespected, but definitely deserves a lot more than what they got. So the reviews of this album were favorable. To me, it sounds great. The drum sound, especially on All Right Now, is just outstanding. I mean, it just blows you away. At least for me, it does. Most of the songs on the album were taken from their first album, which is called Tons of Sobs, came out in '68, and their album Fire and Water, which is their most well-known album. It does contain their hit, and I know a lot of people watching this video, if a lot of people watch this video, were like, who the hell is Free? They are the band that sings the song All Right Now, which reached number 4 in the charts in 1970. It's on here. It's the first track on here, which is a little odd. But like I said, starts right off the bat with All Right Now. The drum sound is amazing. They're really distorted guitar. The guitar sounds and everything are just really, really cool on this record. Apparently, and we'll come back to it, I don't think the tracks were necessarily played in the order in concert that they're on this album, and the producer actually did use crowd noise from some of the other songs to make the album seem seamless. Because for me, One thing I hate about some live albums is when you buy a live album and it fades in and out between tracks. I don't like that because to me, it doesn't give you the concert experience. Like AC/DC Live, for instance, their 1992 live album. I like the album. I think it sounds really good, but I really think they should have made it seem seamless and just had, audience noise, in between every track to give it the feel of actually being at the concert, which is, one of the great things about this album. Definitely has that feel. Like I said, the band did feature Paul Rodgers on vocals and Simon Kirke on drums. Both later would go on to form Bad Company. You had Paul Kossof on guitar. Unfortunately for Paul, he would pass away of an overdose in 1976. And Andy Fraser on bass. And he passed away in 2015. Personally, in my opinion, whether it's this live album or their studio albums, I think this is the best blues rock band in history. Just pure blues rock. Really everything, from the Black Crowes to Aaron Jones, maybe even some Lenny Kravitz and some things tucked in, all took a lot of cues from this band. Very underrated, definitely deserve more than what they got, but unfortunately that's just the way things went back then. And to be fair, I think there's only 8 tracks on this album, and I think the song My Brother Jake is an actual studio track included on here, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I'll put something down at the bottom. But there's only 7, 8, 9 tracks on here. So it's fairly short. Later reissues on digital and CD and deluxe editions and all that, iTunes, whatever, do have a lot of additional tracks. So if you want to hear the complete album, check that out. But again, you can pretty much find this at, most of your used record stores. You can also find it on iTunes and Spotify and anywhere else you pick up music. So check it out, free, live. If for nothing else, it contains a blazing version of All Right Now, so you won't be disappointed. That's all I've got this time. Again, if you would go ahead and comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below. And also hit that notification bell. That would be appreciated. I've got some other things out on my channel. I've got the rest of my Inside the Vinyl series. I've got the live albums, where I discuss live albums. I've also got my Lost Classics, where I discuss albums that I don't think got enough respect or are underrated that I think everyone should hear. I've also got my Unboxing the Vinyl series, where we unbox new albums, we unbox reissues, we unbox box sets, sometimes even CD box sets as opposed to vinyl, just depends on what it is. I've also got some live coverage out there for some festivals. Welcome to Rockville, Exit 111. I've got some Kiss footage and some other things. And last but not least, if you're into disc golf, I've got some very mediocre disc golf videos starring some very mediocre players, myself included. So again, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.